Hi, I've got two games for you today to have a look at. Two lightning games, 5-minute games from chess.com today. And this is against a national master of USA. I'm pretty sure I've played this player before, and I had a reasonably good game with them last time too. And here is the Sleeman F5. This is quite feisty. This is really good for black to play if they don't want to go down the normal usual lines that white may be ready for. D4. So here I'm threatening, of course, Queen H5 check, etc. It always comes on when I've got this on. OBS. I'm using OBS, by the way, so it's free on the internet, so it's really good. And it was placed there by a PC company in Christchurch that did it for me for nothing. So set it all up for me. So here I've got black's got quite a bit of a pawn centre really, and so here I decide to sacrifice my bishop for this play and to get 2 pawns out of it. And here I play F5 to prevent bishop E6, whether it's any good or not. So knight F6 instead. So here I play C4. And if black plays something lame like this, then I'm just going to play straight away here without thinking about it. So that's why I would probably play as the computer believes too. Obviously, I don't take back with the queen instead of the pawn, because then we will have a queen swap where I'm a piece down for 2 pawns. Now I was thinking, can I play this? Do you think I can play this? No, not really, because if I play rook F2, okay, then black's got more material out of me with bishop C5. So that was no good, but I did consider that. I'm not joking. I did consider playing rook F2, but then I saw, no, I can't do that because of bishop C2, bishop C5. So I played king H1, of course. It's usually best to get out of the way of the checks. Check. This is threatening big stuff in this position. This isn't so much, because black could sit here, but they didn't. They went king E7. And I went bishop G7. I thought, well, why not? Bishop E5. Black plays very nicely the defense of this black position, even though I'm in a, I've got less material. So play D6 now. Now this is just a bit annoying really, this move, because obviously if king back, I'll just take the rook on H8 for nothing, or then I'm in a really good position. if king takes, then I'm just going to look at this move here, which is quite nice, because after bishop f6 it threatens the bishop on e5 and still threatens the rook on h8, but it threatens the bishop on e5, and if bishop takes, then rook takes, bishop here, and then I can have some reasonably nice play here for white, even though black can defend this. And then this is also possible. But here is probably okay for black. Anyway, I'm just going off on a tangent there. So anyway, after this was queen d6, and I play rook a d1, of course, and black plays very well here. Bishop h8 and rook h8. Now I'm just threatening, of course, queen here check, and picking up this other rook with check, unless the queen moves back. If the queen moves back, say we did a bogus move here, new variation, then here's check, okay? Now if the queen interposes, I'm sure everyone can see how you can now win the queen for an exchange, and that is if black does actually, if white actually wants to do it that way. So here this move's no good, as this rook takes the bishop on d7 and the king takes back what else it's checkmate on the spot. So if the king moves away, it's checkmate. If the king moves here, it's checkmate with queen f7 in both cases. So this would more or less have this as the next move. Now white has to be careful not to just think I'll go rook check, because then the king can come back to defend the queen again. And then we've got just queen here, and that is all over, of course. So black has to be a wee bit careful, and they are, so as promised. So f5, now I haven't got this queen check, of course, so I have to find other remedies. Now what am I actually threatening? Anything? I'm not entirely sure. So queen g6, and I sort of want to run away with the queen, really. I'm not going to swap off queens. Queen check, king e8, or maybe bishop d6, I'm not sure. Queen takes the pawn, I get whatever I can, and black's obviously now threatening queen g2 checkmate. Now I wasn't about going to come back to here or here, and I also considered this move here, but that one was, in my opinion, quite weak. I played rook d2 here just to keep my defenses up. Now black sort of all of a sudden gets starts to weaken at the knees, this national master from USA, and now plays e3. But sad really, because I play queen e3 and checkmate cannot be averted. The best black can do is hold out for 3 moves in from checkmate. That's that game. Then the second game, and the only extra game today is the next game, which is also against USA. Different opponent, very strong, And this is probably a little bit more even keeled. Maybe better for black. Because I'm sort of being a bit naughty. I've now played, I've actually moved several pawns, pardon me, excuse me, than 8 pawns altogether. So I've actually just moved 7 pawns. Knight f3. So this is now black's sort of annoying me a wee bit. So I have to be a wee bit careful. It's probably not the best position because black plays cd4, I mean ed4. Now I play bishop g5, and probably the best here is f6 or something to that effect. But black plays queen d6, and I'll play it into attack the queen with the knight. So I'm attacking this pawn on d4, and I capture it. So a wee bit of a pesky player really, aren't I? So queen g3, so black's going to equal my sort of light directness. So just take this and alleviate black of one of their pawns soon. Black can get this pawn here, but it's probably not a good idea to grab that pawn with the bishop. Is this dark squared bishop of mine, excuse me, no, we're not doing that computer. This dark squared bishop of mine would come into great use in attacking the king on the king side of black. So bishop h3, very sensible. I play rook b4. Obviously here not this, why not? Because of queen g2 checkmate. It's a move we can play. So here I just coordinate my pieces a little bit. I play rook c4, and this is no good of course, and my bishop's been attacked, so I might as well move it. So I move it to here, and now I'm picking up this rook on f8, bishop f8, king f8, and then rook c6, and my opponent resigned. That's the end of the session. I hope it helps you with your chess no matter what level you're at, even if it's just the enjoyment of watching it, of course, which is always enjoyable watching chess. Hope it wasn't too slow or too fast or too much information or not enough information, because it's hard to get that right. Don't you believe it?